Ciao everyone, Ian D'Agata here at the Meet the Producer series, and I'm very happy and honored to be with one of my heroes, Aldo Vacca of the Produttori del Barbaresco. It's a cooperative voted by many people as the world's single best wine cooperative. Fantastic regular classic Barbaresco and Barbaresco Riservas, and I'm here with Aldo Vacca, the managing director. Aldo Vacca, the first question for you is, tell us about this fantastic 2021 vintage.
Yeah, perfect vintage for Barbaresco, for Piemonte large. We just tried the 9 single vineyards that you can see. The black and white label is not the real label. Of course, just don't worry, we are not changing the label. These are samples which were bottled in June and will be released in spring 2026. And great vintage of full body concentration. Fruit is very intense, a little darker than 2016, which is the most similar vintage of the past. There's a dark feeling in the cherry fruit of all the lineup. Now, we normally have some vineyards which are a little easier to approach young, and some vineyards which are more like big bluster with powerful tannin.
So, very important, this is a fantastic vintage along with 16, 19 and 21, 3 of the 10, 15 greatest vintages of Barbaresco. Fantastic wines. It's very hard to pick a favorite. There really is very little difference between all of them. Some are clearly more concentrated and more complex, but the quality level between all of them from Pora to Rabaya is remarkable in 2021. And Aldo, tell us then, this specific year, the vineyards, they behave a little differently than usual. They're all, like I said, fantastic, but some of the wines have behaved in different ways than we might have expected.
Yes, so when you make 9 single vineyards, all vinified and aged exactly the same way, you may expect a similar pattern through the years, but there are always a bit of exception. Like this year, we found Paillet being a little, particularly full body and concentrated. It remains a very stylish personality, but it's fuller than what normally is. Ovello is particularly intense and powerful, definitely a sign of long living. And Montefico seems a little fuller than Montestefano, which usually is the other way around, although those 2 vineyards are like twin brothers, very similar. Rabaya is always the one that puts all these beautiful characteristics together. So yeah, there's always difficult to pick a favorite because we like them all, but there are always little differences from one vintage to the other.
It's just a remarkable vintage. You know, Pora is a little earlier drinking than some of the other ones, but it's a fantastic Pora this year. Rio Sordo has amazing potential, as does Ovello. So it's really you can't go wrong with any. It's just a fantastic vintage for Produttori and probably for all of Barbaresco. Last but not least, the future of Produttori del Barbaresco. Aldo, you've been the managing director here for a very long time. 34 years. You're getting ready for retirement. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, I'm getting close to retirement at the end of the year actually, but I will collaborate, work with the winery for another couple of years to ensure a smooth transition. Luca, my younger colleague, which has been working with me for over 15 years now, will take more responsibilities. We are very good staff, young, dedicated, most of them from growers' families, so I think the future is bright. And also vintage-wise, 21 was a fantastic vintage. We were worried about 22 that we tasted earlier today, and 23 because of the draw, but the balance is there, so Nebbiolo wines are very resilient. And 25, the vintage just finished to pick, looks very promising.
Very promising.
So the next 4 or 5 years and more, I think we have a good situation at the winery, both for human personnel and the quality of the wine.
So Luca's going to be starting with some pretty good vintages. In fact, 22 really is an underrated year. I wrote about it last year on the Endagata Wine Review. Very good vintage of many fine wines. 23, the wines, we just had them yesterday, about 60. We're going to have about 50 today. Remarkable pretty wines. Maybe not right now very complex. They will probably develop that complexity, but great vintage 23 as well of approachable, easygoing, lovely Barbaresco wines. Thank you, everybody. Ciao.
Long live Barbaresco.
And thank you, Aldo.